top 10 places to visit in Norway.
My gosh, Norway. Seems like it would be a very beautiful place. You get the Nordic mountains, but let's just let Ryan Shirley tell us where to visit.
Come on, Rye guy. Let's do this.
My name is
What's
Ryan,
up, dude?
and I spent the last few summers exploring.
We'd love to check out more Norway
country
content
of
if you want
Norway,
to
and
suggest
I wanna
us some
show you
videos.
my favorite places. So here's
He
my
said
Norway
last few
top
summers checking out Norway, so this is extensive.
10.
I'd really love to see northern Norway. That looks incredible up
Norway
there.
has to be one of my all-time favorite countries. From the jaw-dropping fjords
My
of
gosh,
West
doesn't even
Norway
look real.
to the sea mountains of Lofoten.
Look at that.
Norway
That's-
offers some of the world's most unique and diverse landscapes. I just can't get enough of this country. Alright, let's start
That was a
this
beautiful
video
shot
off
of that
on the
bird.
magical island of Senja. Now Senja
Senja.
is located in northern Norway above
Man,
the
those
Arctic
mountains.
Circle, and it's Norway's second largest island. Senja may be one of the best places in the world to witness the aurora borealis. To get there, I flew into Tromsø and rented a car and made the 3-hour drive. The reason
it
I
was
wanted
way
to go to
That's my
Senja
dream.
was because I wanted to hike to Segla. Anyways, I drove to this town called Fjordard and I got to the base of the hike. It was
That's
a
the hiking trail?
surprisingly
That's
difficult hike, but eventually I made it to the top and I was just baffled by the view.
Wow.
The rock formation rose hundreds of meters out of the ocean. It was just like nothing I've ever seen before. Now I was just having an amazing time, and I decided I wanted to spend the night on top of the mountain so I could see the northern lights. All I had was a blanket, and I used my camera bag as a pillar, so I found this little mossy cliff ledge, and I set up camp there and waited for the northern lights to show up. Around 11 p.m., I woke up to the aurora borealis above my head. I couldn't believe what I was
That's
seeing. They moved surprisingly fast, like snakes in the Arctic sky. And seeing those lights made me
Wow.
feel like a kid again, and it will forever be one of the most special nights of my life. Some nights you don't need to fall asleep to start dreaming. There are also other amazing places on the island of Senja. There's this place called Tunganeset. It offers an incredible view of the sea mountains across the fjord.
So
Alright,
picturesque.
so after
It's
Senja
insane.
Warning,
Insane.
down south to the iconic Lofoten Islands. Like
Lofoten
Senja,
Islands.
Lofoten is located in northern Norway, and even though it's in the Arctic Circle,
I mean, like these two are like a dream road trip I've had before. Just going up the Tromsø and just driving around this area. It looks incredible.
That was so beautiful.
it's like you're on a tropical island there. I was lucky enough to go there about 2 summers ago, and
Oh,
I
that-
had an
that thing.
incredible
I feel like
time
I've seen
road
that
tripping
soccer
through
field,
Lofoten.
the football
My
pitch.
first pit stop was at this fishing village called Henningsvjar to see the world's most scenic football field. When we got there,
Yeah, I
we
think I've
sadly
seen that
didn't have
already.
a soccer ball, but we had a good time playing on the field and enjoying the incredible views of Henningsvjar. We kept on driving and made it to the iconic town of Rain. Now, when you think of
Rain.
Norway,
Bucket list.
this is it. It has those red houses surrounded by massive sea mountains. In my opinion, I'd have to say that Rain is the most beautiful town in Lofoten. When I was planning my road trip to Norway, I remember seeing pictures of this place and I just couldn't believe it existed. Now, if you want to do an amazing hike, I'd recommend hiking to Kvalvika Beach. Now, it's about a 4-kilometer trek, and I promise it's worth it. When you get to the beach, you're going to be amazed by the landscape. It has mountains that reminded me of Switzerland, ocean that looks like the Caribbean, and it's as green as a tropical island. I just can't believe places like this exist, especially in the Arctic Circle. When we were there, we really wanted to get a good vantage point for the sunset, so we hiked up to this vantage point, and I just got one of my all-time favorite shots. I mean, I just couldn't believe those colors,
Dang,
from
that's
the
so
orange
cool.
mountain to the green slope to the crystal blue sea. I can't think of a better place.
Why is nobody swimming there?
Yeah, come on, let's take a dip.
I'm sure it'd be really nice and warm. We would have been like when we went to Oregon and been like, oh, I bet it's warm. Let's go swimming.
That
It
was
was
so
cool.
cold. And that was Oregon, not dang Arctic Circle.
That would be really sad. That looks like a swimmable beach right
to
there.
watch the midnight sun. After Lofoten, we're
Wow, look at the
to
water.
Saltstraumen to
That's
witness
crazy.
one of the world's largest whirlpools. So over 110
What the
billion
heck?
gallons of water pass through this 3-kilometer straight every 6 hours, making for one of the strongest currents in the world. Now, water speeds can reach over 37
Jeez.
kilometers. One of the
That'd be a
coolest
scary
features of
bridge, wouldn't it?
Saltstraumen is
Flop
the
down.
whirlpools that the changing tides make. Now, while they aren't the whirlpools you'd imagine in movies like Pirates of the Caribbean, these whirlpools can get over 33 feet in diameter with
The
a depth of
flow.
over 16 feet. You can take a boat ride through the current, or you can
Oh.
witness the whirlpools from the bridge above. As for me, I'm going to stay as far away from that water as possible. After the whirlpools, we're going to take
That's
a
kinda
drive
scary.
to one of Norway's most famous routes, the Atlantic Ocean Road. This
Road,
8.3
okay.
kilometer kilometer road
Whoa, what a
runs across an
curve.
archipelago of islands as it connects the islands of Averroy to the Romsdal Peninsula. The Atlantic Ocean Road was completed in 1989 and cost 122 million Norwegian krone to make. It's made up of 8 bridges and 4 resting places. The route is an impressive feat of engineering and it won the Norwegian Construction of the Century Award. So if you decide to go on a Norway road trip, you have to take a drive on the Atlantic Ocean Road. While we're still on the topic of roads, if you drive just 2 hours south,
Oh
you
my
reach
gosh.
another one of
That's
Norway's
crazy.
most famous routes, Trollstigen. Now Trollstigen, or the Troll's Path, is a serpentine
bug's
road
going
that
down.
makes over 11 hairpin turns as it descends on a 10% decline to the valley below. Trollstigen has 2 powerful waterfalls that pass through the road. The Stigfossen waterfall has a total
just
height
go right
of
up there.
240 meters. I mean, that's just freaking huge. Another really cool place in the area is Trollvängen, or the Trolls Wall. It's Europe's
A lot of
tallest
trolls.
vertical overhanging rock face at about 3,600
Wow.
feet high.
Like a YouTube
Tallest.
comment
Unbelievable.
section.
Alright, after Trollstigen, you can make the 2-hour drive south to visit the Geirangerfjord. Now, Geirangerfjord is one of Norway's most popular
Man, one of those Norwegian cruises would actually be so cool.
That would be insane.
destinations. The
that.
fjord is over 260 meters deep and is surrounded by massive mountains that are over 1,600 meters high. There are many viewpoints to get the best perspective of the fjord. One of the most spectacular features of Geirangerfjord is the Seven Sisters waterfall. The waterfall
cool.
consists of 7 separate streams that descend 410 meters to the water below. The best way to see the fjord is by boat. You can take a cruise ship or a 1-hour ferry of Geiranger to Helisilt for about $35. This is by far the best way to witness the waterfalls and majesty of the fjord. Another amazing nearby
Gosh,
destination
look at that place.
is Lovatnet.
Water.
The lake is about a 2-hour drive from Geiranger. Now, Lovatnet is home to some of the most beautiful lake water. It has a unique turquoise hue with incredible backdrop of the mountains.
This nature
While
is just
Lovatnet is
insane.
stunningly beautiful, the area has had its fair share of tragedies over the last few centuries. In 1905, a massive rock from the Rumnefjell mountain came loose and fell 500 meters
Oh,
where
no.
it hit the water, and it caused a 40-meter tidal wave that wiped out a
What?
small village completely off the map and killed many others. Despite the tragic history, Lovatnet is a place you gotta visit. It's hard to beat the beauty of this Norwegian lake. After Lovatnet, we're going to head to the iconic Trolltunga.
Trolltunga.
Now, Trolltunga is possibly the most famous rock formation
Trolltunga.
in Norway, as it shoots over 2,000
Yes.
feet from the lake below.
How the heck
Trolltunga
could
is
they
definitely
get there and it be empty? I feel like that's one of the places that would be so busy.
I feel like I've seen a picture or two where it's just busy.
Yeah,
Everywhere
maybe it's
empty.
maybe it's off season because there's snow.
True.
one of the hardest hikes you'll ever do. It's a
Hardest hikes you'll
28
ever
kilometer
do?
round
20
trip trek that takes anywhere from 8 to 12 hours to do.
Okay,
Make
that
sure you
that
give
makes
yourself
sense why there wouldn't be people late. 28 kilometers?
Wow, I did not know that.
Well, I thought that was a place you'd be able to just, like drive up and then walk a mile. Jeez. All
Oh,
right, so
no.
that has now been a lot. That has now become a lot harder to get to for us because we don't
day
hike
trip.
anymore.
Yeah, we're not conditioned well.
anywhere from 8
My
to 12
knee always
hours
hurts.
to do. So make sure you give yourself plenty of time. You can start the hike at the main trailhead and hike in
Dang.
14 kilometers in to reach the famous Trolltunga rock. If you go between June 1st and September 30th, you don't need a tour guide, but if you go in the winter months, you definitely need one because it is a little sketch.
Interesting.
While it is a strenuous hike, it offers some of the best views in Norway. After Trolltunga, we're going to head over to Lysefjord to drive down Norway's craziest road. Now, Lysefjord is a small village that's about a 6-hour drive from Oslo. Now, what I think is so scenic about Lysefjord is the road that leads down to it. It consists
That's
of
so
27
crazy.
hairpin turns that descend down the fjord to the village
27.
below. When you're at the bottom, you're going to be amazed by the surrounding walls of the fjord. If you're down for a hike, you
Beautiful.
can trek 12 kilometers to Geirangerfjord, which is famous for its rock wedge between the cliff walls.
Oh, yep.
Looks a
Seen
little
that
sketch
one.
to me, but hey, I'd send it. After Lysefjord, we're going to head over to the nearby Pulpit Rock. Located
Pulpit
in the
Rock.
same fjord as Lysefjord, Pulpit Rock is a famous flat-top cliff with a straight drop of over
Wow.
600
The
meters.
rocks in
To get
Norway
there,
are
you
just
can
crazy
park
that they
in the
form
base
like
camp
that.
and make the 6-kilometer hike. The rock can be
Glaciers.
super packed, so if you want to avoid the crowds, you can wake up super early and get to Pulpit Rock before everybody else. I just can't think of a better place to watch the sunrise. I just can't believe how big the cliff walls are. I mean, it just goes straight down to the fjord below. I mean, just such a stunning and unique place. All right, to finish this video, we're gonna head back to the Arctic Circle to one of the world's northernmost inhabited areas,
Svalbard.
Svalbard is
Oh, that
located
looks like
right
it'd be so
between
cool.
the North Pole and Norway.
Dang.
The place where there's
Svalbard is
polar
this town called
bears?
Longyearbyen, which has a
More
population
polar
of
bears
a
than
whopping
people.
2,000 people. What's cool about Svalbard is that it's a visa-free zone, so basically anyone can move and work
Oh,
there.
visa-free,
Archipelago is
really?
also home to the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, where thousands of the world's seeds are kept in case of a global catastrophe. The biggest danger on Svalbard is the Arctic cold and polar bears. In some
Looks
places,
quite
you're
wise.
required to bring a gun to protect yourselves against them. One of the most interesting places on Svalbard is the Russian settlement of Barentsburg. Barentsburg started as a Dutch mining town in the 1920s, but is sold to the Soviet Union in 1932.
Interesting.
They
Now
just
the settlement
sold a
has
town?
population of over 400 people, mainly from Russia and Ukraine. I hear it reminds
Oh.
people of North Korea because it's just such a strange and unique place. Well, that is it for my
Interesting.
Norway top 10. There's so many
Reindeer.
places I wish I could have included in
Wow.
this video, so I'll have to make a part 2. Norway's such
I mean,
a
it's
He's
stunning
gonna have a
place.
part
see-
2.
Hope you all
This
can
is like the
visit and
first
witness
video
its
we've
beauty.
seen where there
What is your
wasn't like a
favorite
ton
place
of
in Norway?
cities.
Let me know.
Yeah,
It was
that is
just
true.
Pure nature, because Norway's got that nature.
I gotta say, part of me is having like, I wouldn't say like buyer's remorse, but in a way, kind of, because I feel like we were on track. After we did our Iceland, Italy trip, like this was the next in line for us as a trip
Yeah.
like that, and
Yeah,
we went a
would've-
different route. We went a different route, and we ended up in Asia. And I mean, Asia's really cool, but we never got to do this. This was like one of the like top of the bucket list places for me was northern Norway, and it never happened. We were on track of doing it like within a year, I feel like,
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Hey, but I mean, the future is always waiting for us. If you guys would support Norway vlogs, we would probably go to Norway because that's our occupation at the moment is vloggers. So we only go where people would support us. And if you would support
Yeah.
us, then we can go.
Please, it's my dream to go to northern Norway, and Svalbard's always been one of my places I wanted to check out. Dang, man, it's just so cool. That got me back in the European road trip travel mood. I'm
The
ready.
insane mountains.
Yes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the reaction. If you did, make sure to subscribe. Let us know some more Norway videos we should check out down in the comments below, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.